Have you ever reacted to your partner in a way you didn't actually want to and afterwards wondered, why did I do that? Maybe you shut down during conflict. Maybe you avoid difficult conversations. Maybe you try to keep the other person happy while crossing your own boundaries. And afterwards you think, why did I react like that again? And what many people are seeing in those moments are survival patterns. And understanding these patterns can completely change the way you experience connection and intimacy in your relationship. A survival pattern is a behavior that once helped you cope with something difficult, usually when you were younger or as a child. It might have been a behavior that helped you feel loved or accepted, even safety. Like for a child, feeling loved and accepted is essential to feel safe, and this is a basic need for any kid. It might also have been a way to avoid feeling pain, because when something hurts but the pain felt too big to handle at the time, you may have learned to disconnect from that feeling. Or maybe you felt different from the people around you and you developed a strategy to adapt. Or perhaps you tried to do everything right so others would like you because that made you feel worthy. I recognize these patterns very clearly in my own life as well. One of my survival patterns used to be, and sometimes still is, working very hard. Accomplishing things through efforts. Being the strong one, the tough one, the one who doesn't need help. Even when things become too much. And sometimes life simply is a lot. We have 3 kids, a whole bunch of animals, guests staying with us, a vegetable garden. There are always many things to take care of. But when it becomes too much, my pattern used to be that I would not ask for help. Instead, I would just keep going. And then I would start to feel annoyed, irritated, grumpy, especially towards my partner. But underneath that irritation, there was actually anger. Like, why do I have to do everything myself? But also sadness, because I wanted help. I was simply exhausted. And sometimes even the fear of not being good enough when I couldn't handle it, when I couldn't do all of that. And when I started to notice this pattern and really sit with those feelings instead of continuing to push through, something began to change. When I talked about it and allowed the feeling to be there, it already softened. And then I could start to feel the deeper need underneath the pattern. The need to feel worthy, to feel good enough. To realize that I don't have to work that hard to deserve love or appreciation. And when I share that with my partner, he shows me that I'm valued. Not only with words, but also through support and care. That deeper need becomes met. And when that need is met, the younger part of me that created this survival strategy doesn't need to keep repeating it anymore. And this is important to understand. These patterns once served a purpose. They helped us feel safe or valued, wanted, loved. But the same patterns that once protected us can later start limiting us, especially in relationships. Because the part of us that originally learned these patterns may still believe they are necessary for survival. And then the first step to changing this is not fixing them. It's noticing them. It's seeing the pattern with honesty and without judging yourself. And when you can look at a pattern this way without judging, something interesting happens. It slowly begins to lose its grip. And the second step is allowing yourself to feel what is underneath it. Often there's tension in the body because of fear or sadness or anger. And when you stay present with those feelings, instead of reacting automatically, like something begins to soften even more. And this is also where the work I call Transformational Tantra comes in. In Transformational Tantra, we work with awareness, with the body, with emotions and the subconscious patterns together. And instead of only analyzing what is happening, we slow down and feel what is happening inside. We include the body, we include the emotions and the deeper needs that live underneath the pattern. And when those layers are seen and felt, real transformation can begin to happen. And then old survival patterns can soften. And people often experience much deeper connection with themselves and with their partner. And when these patterns begin to change, something also shifts in your relationship because you can be more yourself. Your partner can see the real you. And connection becomes deeper because those old survival strategies are no longer standing in the way. And working with this doesn't have to be heavy. Often it creates something very beautiful. It creates space for more honesty, space for more connection, and often much deeper intimacy. So maybe a simple question to reflect on this for you is, what pattern in me once helped me survive, but might now be ready to be seen with a little more awareness? If this resonates with you, I'll be sharing more here about conscious relationships, intimacy, and transformational Tantra.